Assalamualaikum. In this project too, there are consist three members, namely Muhammad Hafizuddin bin Muhammad Hanif, Ahmad Naim bin Abdul Halim, and Muhammad Aiman bin Muhammad Zaidi, and we are from group CS2902B.
Consumer credit. Consumer credit is the power to buy or borrow on trust. There are two types of consumer credit. Number one, open account credits, which offer for customers to borrow up a predetermined amount to pay for purchases. Number two, loans, which are larger in amount and have longer repayment periods. There are four types of open account credits. Number one, credit card. It offers a person to buy goods and services on credit card, which falls into standard cards or premium cards. Bank Islam card was the first Islamic credit card in Malaysia. Number two, charge cards. They are similar to credit cards, but the amount must be paid fully every month, such as American Express and Diners Club. Number three, retail charge card. It purchases goods and services from retail stores. However, customers need to pay the full amount within 10 to 20 days after the billing date. Number four, overdraft. It meets one immediate financing needs. Daily interest will be charged on the outstanding balance. If fails, one will be charged a commitment fee on the unused amount. Credit card is a source of cash through cash advance. It is easier to use and it has purchase and loss protection. However, it is easy to get in debt, has risk of fraud, and consumers might overspending. Annual fee, interest charges, and charges on cash advance are financial charges on credit cards. There are three types of loans. Number one, personal loans for personal purpose such as home renovation and wedding. It can be secured or unsecured. Personal loans features affordable monthly installment, fast approval and disbursement, and flexible repayment tenure up to 7 years. Number two, car loan. It is to finance the purchase of new or used car, which has financing period limit between 7 to 10 years. Maximum loan is up to 90% of the value of the car. Number three, education loan. It is for things that are related to education, such as tuition fees. The loan must be more than 10,000 ringgit but less than 100,000 ringgit. Maximum loan tenure is up to 10 years.
Created using Powtoon.
Investment planning is the process of matching your financial goals and objectives with your financial resources. There are 6 types of investment planning: saving account, fixed deposit account, shares, bonds, real properties, and unit trusts. A saving account is an interest-bearing deposit account. There are 3 types of saving account: individual saving account, joint saving account, and saving account for club. Fixed deposit account has better return than saving account. Fixed deposit account can be opened by joint individual 18 years old and above, societies, companies, and association and club. There are 3 types of shares, which is blue chip, growth, and income. Blue chip are shares issued by leaders in a particular industry. Growth are shares issued by companies, while income are shares that have high dividend yield. Investment in bond is a long-term debt issued by a corporation, either public or private, to finance the company's long-term assets. There are 5 characteristics in bond, which is par value, coupon rate, maturity period, claim on asset, and fixed income. Real property purchase with the intention of earning a return on the investment, either through rental income, the future resale of property, or both. The advantages are rental income, leverage the investment, and expenses are tax deductible, while the disadvantages are the property could be untenanted, interest rate could rise, and price always changes. Unit trust is a trust that is established by a trust deed. The advantages are diversify and minimize the risk, low capital requirement, liquidity, advantages to compounding, and safe, while the disadvantages are lack of publicity, experience, and lower return. Retirement planning is the process of determining retirement income goals. Guide for estimating retirement needs. First, estimate household expenditure. Second, estimate income. Third, estimate the inflation factor. And fourth, estimate the funding. Provident and pension fund is an institution that provide members and their dependents with social security. Employee Provident Funds (EPF), or also known as Kumpulan Wang Simpanan Pekerja (KWSP), is a national social security organisation operating through a provident fund. Social security organisation is a setup to provide social security protection by social insurance. Pension planning. The objective of pension planning are to acknowledge the excellent service as a bondage personnel, to provide the life subsistence, and to develop as a form of compensation scheme for personnel.
Estate planning. Estate planning is a defined plan for the administration and disposition of one property during one lifetime and at one death. Legal aspects of estate planning are necessary documents and will. Necessary documents just like birth certificate, legal name change, and marriage certificate. It is important when death occurs, proof of claims must be produced or the claims will not be processed. Will is the legal declaration of a person's mind as to disposition of his or her property after death. Type of will just like holographic will, oral will, living will, and Islamic will. People who can make a will. First, anyone who owns property, whether personal property or real property. Second, 1/3 of the whole estate for non-beneficiaries, and the balance will distribute based on the Islamic Faraid law for Muslims. Current issue. As-Salihin Trusted Berhad Islamic Estate Planning Specialist Norisa Ibrahim said a total 66 billion ringgit Malaysia in Muslim estates were not claimed. In fact, special estates of house and land were left unmanaged for years. Why it was happened? First, procrastination as a way of life. Second, fear of tempting the evil eye. Third, not being able to decide who should inherit. Future financial challenge in 5 until 10 years' time. A cultural shift. In digital world, there is no room for manual process and systems. Banks and credit unions need to think of technology-based resolutions to banking industry challenge. Therefore, it is important that financial institutions promote a culture of innovation in which technology is leveraged to optimize existing process and procedures for maximum efficiency. Security breaches. With a series of high-profile breaches over the past few years, security is one of the leading banking industry challenges. Financial institutions must invest in the latest technology-driven security measures to keep sensitive customers safe, such as AVS and E2EE. Rising of inflation. Malaysia's overall inflation rate is expected to be higher at between 2.5% and 4%, due mainly to cost-pushing factors following rising the food oil price. Consumer spending patterns changed dramatically because of COVID-driven stay-at-home orders and behavioral change. Credit card overspending. A lot of youngsters fall into this trap. They still continue spending their credit card even though it has high debt. In 2018, 294,000 consumers were declared bankrupt because their failure to settle their debts. Lack of savings. Fomka Chief Executive Officer Datuk Paul Selvaras said 67 of Malaysians unable to save at least 240,000 ringgit Malaysia on their retirement. EPF Financial Report 2020 showed that 30% of members could have taken out almost all of their account once since March 2020, while 60% of members were also expected to use money from account 2. That's all from us. Thank you.